Hi, I'm Danny MacAskill. We're here in my camper van just outside the MacAskill Conquers night at the Hawk and Hunter in Edinburgh. So it's the documentary of the making of The Way Back Home. I've not lived in Edinburgh since May. I gave up my flat, but I've been when I'm down in Edinburgh, I just sleep in my camper van, sort of randomly, about the place. I don't know how legal that is, but I sleep in my camper van around the place, and this camper van's been quite a life-changing experience because I'll be in Edinburgh one day and then go Skye the next, and I'll be in Fort William, and I just kind of dart around the place. It's a really cool way to live.
I don't know if you remember, but like last year we did a quick interview in the Princess Street Gardens. You were launching the trials competition at Fort William.
Oh yes, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
and
okay.
Dougie Lampkin was there, and you were eyeing up the castle. And like, when did that happen? And did you need to get permission for that?
Yeah, well, I mean, when we were doing that interview last year, or the Edinburgh Castle, in the Way Back Home video, I wanted it to start from Edinburgh, because that's where it was the starting point, and where else would you look to in Edinburgh than the castle? So it was one of the first places, because I was living here at the time, that we went and had a look at. So it was really cool putting that kind of, I suppose, dream into reality. It was, who would have thought I would have had the permission to go and ride my trials bike on Edinburgh Castle, and then to do a stunt, to do a bit of riding I just never imagined I would ever be able to do. So that was quite it was quite a sort of pinch yourself kind of moment doing it. I mean, it was something I honestly never thought I would do, and we were there on a soaking wet day, driving. We'd stayed in the Trent the night before, and then driving up in the pouring rain, up there in the pouring rain in my t-shirt with, it was just horrible, with the health and safety officer with his his wind gauge up, ready to pull us off if it went over 50 miles an hour. It was gusting up to 47 miles an hour, but it was amazing that it actually turned out, that it was possible to do the trick. So.
Yeah, how many times did you ride up to it for you?
I had, I think, 3 quite good crashes on it, and then a lot of times just riding along the wall backwards and forwards, just trying to get my head into it, because it was there was a lot of commitment needed, and it was quite hard when you were feeling cold and fragile to fling myself off the edge of the castle. But, yeah. And
were there tourists there as well?
There were. You'll see tonight. It was a kind of closed off part of the castle, which was quite handy. There was a lot of tourists in the cafe, and there was, I think the police ended up coming up because there was crowds gathered on Princess Street watching, and I was quite worried at the time that it was all get blown on the internet, or there'd be some sort of phone footage of the riding. I mean, it was a bit of a weird thing to be worried about, that it was going to end up on the internet and go about, but it'd been quite annoying if something as big as that got ruined by a camera phone or something. But it worked out in the end. It was fine.
Tell us about Inchgarvie Island, and how did you get there? And it looked like you went quite early in the morning.
Inchgarvie was it was an island that I'd seen on the internet, with all the World War II buildings on it, so it was so we hired a boat, or got hold of a boat, and the idea was to try to get out there, be on the water for sunrise, or to be on the islands for sunrise, to get the kind of more dramatic kind of silhouette shots and all that kind of thing. So that was a really cool experience. I mean, that was where the camper came into its own as well. That we could camp right next to Port Edgar, and then get on the boat, at 5 in the morning or whatever, and be out on the water. and it was quite crazy having my bike there and having Dave and Mark, and we were all just chugging our way out to these islands that I'd seen. I'd seen them all the time going across in the train across the Forth Railway Bridge, or the Forth Bridge, and it was just an amazing experience actually being out there and being so close to places that I ride all the time, and being so far away. It's really amazing.
One of the rumours about that island is that it's covered in rats. So was it?
Nah, I think all these rumours. I think there was certainly no rats on those islands. I don't think. I mean, we had to leave it quite late in the year, so we didn't get pecked to death by seagulls, but no rats. I filmed in London before, and that's quite tough. If you don't have permissions for things, then there's cameras everywhere, and there'll be somebody along, within 5 minutes to come and clear you off. So New York is definitely going to have to be all scouted and had permissions first, hopefully anyway, or we'll get our balaclavas on and sneak about the place. But